They reached out, but don't reply until you see this. Stoicism. Modern Stoic. They reached out, but don't reply until you see this. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Xerxes Marcus Aurelius. Sometimes the person who ghosted you comes back, not because they care, but just to see if you're still hurting. But here's the thing. You're not that guy anymore. They disappeared like you didn't even matter. Days turned into weeks, maybe months. You felt the pain, but you never begged or chased after them. And now, they drop a casual, "Hey, how have you been?" Like nothing ever happened. Hold up. This isn't just a simple message. It's a test. A test to see if you're still the same guy they left behind. A test to see if they still have a hold on your emotions. How you respond or don't respond shows how far you've come. Stoicism teaches us that real power is in your response, not your reaction. So before you hit reply, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this conversation going to protect my peace or mess it up? You earned your strength being alone. You rebuilt yourself. You grew. This isn't about holding a grudge. It's about being better. Only respond if what you say fits the man you've become, not the kid they tried to mess with. Let your silence speak volumes, or let your words show your wisdom, but don't let them have your attention like before. Number 1. Why they reached out. Before you even consider replying to that message, let's get one thing clear. They didn't reach out because of some sudden spiritual awakening or a deep, newfound love for you. It wasn't a moment of regret that kept them up at night, desperate to make amends. No, what sparked that message was your silence, your refusal to engage, the quiet boundary you set that spoke louder than any words ever could. When you stopped feeding their ego, when you moved forward as a man who values his peace above chaotic drama, that's when they noticed. But here's the truth. They don't miss you. Not really. What they miss is the reflection of themselves they saw in your attention, the validation they extracted from your responses, the energy you unknowingly gave to their need for control. Without that, their ego becomes restless, haunted by questions like, why hasn't he replied? Has he moved on? Is someone else in his place? This isn't a message born of regret or affection. It's a test, a probing for access to you, a disguised form of control wrapped in curiosity. This is where modern Stoicism offers profound clarity. When someone leaves your life after you've invested your time, energy, and spirit, their expectation is that you will chase, apologize, and prove your worth. But when you choose to remain composed, refusing to respond out of craving or habit, the power shifts. Suddenly, they doubt their own value because your silence is a force stronger than any words, a calm before a storm, signaling your emotional mastery. You aren't begging or chasing. You are unavailable by choice, not spite. This restraint unsettles them because it challenges their sense of control. As the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True freedom lies in governing your own emotions, not in trying to manage others. When you resist the urge to reply impulsively, you reclaim authority over your own life, demonstrating that your attention is a privilege, not an obligation. In practical terms, stay grounded and deliberate. Don't let a single message pull you back into the emotional cycles you fought hard to escape. Reflect on what has changed. Did they show accountability, or is this just a poke to see if you'll respond? Often, it's not love knocking, it's controlled donning a familiar mask. Recognizing this distinction will free you from the compulsion to answer every emotional call. Marcus Aurelius, another pillar of Stoicism, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your real power lies in your discernment, in standing firm to protect your peace and dignity. You've come too far to revert to a version of yourself who needed their approval to feel complete. Let them sit with the silence. Your silence now carries the weight of your growth, your self-respect, and your mastery over impulse. Relating this to real life, every man encounters moments when someone reappears only to test if they still hold sway over his heart. It's a critical juncture to apply Stoic principles. Honor your progress, choose composure over reaction, and recognize your value independent of their presence. This mindset is not about coldness, but about self-preservation and wisdom. In a world eager to pull you into drama and uncertainty, your restraint is a beacon of strength and maturity. By embracing this, you cultivate a deeper respect for yourself, setting the foundation for healthier relationships grounded in mutual respect rather than dependency or manipulation. So, what about you? Have you ever chosen silence over engagement and witnessed someone return just to see if you were still under their spell? I invite you to share your story in the comments below. Let's create a community of men who sharpen each other through honest experiences and unwavering principles, men who refuse to be controlled by fleeting texts or hollow words, but stand tall as masters of their own minds and lives. Together, we embody the modern Stoic ideal, unshaken, dignified, and free. Comment this affirmation to own your truth. I am master of my emotions and protector of my peace. Number 2. How to reply. When they finally reach out after all the silence, after ghosting you without a word, after walking away as if your presence never mattered, you don't respond with lengthy paragraphs or emotional outpourings. You don't gift them your explanations or your pain. Instead, you reply with power, calm, controlled, and concise. One simple line, "Hey, hope you're doing well." That's it. Because at that moment, you're no longer responding for them, you are leading yourself. You have shed the old version of yourself who once bled emotions through the screen, desperately seeking closure, validation, or understanding from someone who couldn't appreciate your worth the first time. Understand this fundamental truth. True strength is not found in how much you say, but in what you consciously choose to leave unsaid. Marcus Aurelius, a paragon of Stoicism, wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You are no longer playing by the old emotional rules. You are a modern Stoic now, someone who has mastered his reactions, who controls his emotions rather than being controlled by them. And that mastery is the fiercest weapon you wield. This calm and measured response, this presence of quiet power and restraint, stings far more deeply than any bitter word ever could. They were counting on the old you, the man who would chase, explain, unravel himself to be heard. But what they encounter now is silence, strength, and unwavering composure. This is not weakness or indifference. It is the presence of a man who replies like a king, calm, short, and decisive. This subtle but profound shift shakes them. It confuses them. It haunts them. In a world saturated with oversharing, over-explaining, and emotional excess, your silence becomes a rare and devastating weapon. It's psychological warfare at its finest. The more indifferent you appear, the more your absence becomes magnetic. The more you withhold, the more they crave your attention. That is how you win. That is how high-value men respond. Not by begging, not by breaking down, but by exercising the discipline to withhold. The one simple phrase, "Hope you're doing well," carries a message louder than 1,000 words. It proclaims, "I've moved on. I've grown. You no longer have access to the version of me that tolerated mistreatment." This is not about revenge. It is about discipline, mastery, and control. This is the core of Stoicism, to command your emotions so they do not command you. In today's fast-paced, emotionally charged modern life, where social media and instant communication often fuel impulsive reactions and oversharing, adopting this mindset is revolutionary. It empowers you to reclaim your emotional sovereignty and project an aura of unshakable confidence. It teaches you that your time, your energy, and your presence are precious commodities not to be wasted on those who fail to recognize your value. This discipline becomes a form of self-respect, a declaration that you will no longer allow others to dictate your peace or worth. You step into a stronger, more grounded version of yourself, one who moves with intention, who responds with clarity, and who understands that sometimes silence speaks volumes. This approach transcends mere relationship dynamics. It impacts every aspect of your life. In the workplace, in friendships, in family, You carry yourself differently, with the quiet authority of a man who knows his worth and won't settle for less. By embodying this modern Stoic mindset, you create a life defined not by reaction, but by deliberate action. You teach others how to treat you not through confrontation, but through consistent demonstration of your values and boundaries. This kind of power is magnetic and enduring. It's a power rooted in self-mastery rather than external validation. So if this message resonates with you, if you feel the stirrings of a man ready to shed old patterns of emotional vulnerability and step into a place of calm strength, then know this is your moment. Embrace this transformation. Claim your power. Comment, "I'm not the same man anymore." Below, like this video, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and share this with a man who needs to reclaim his strength. The path of the modern Stoic is not easy, but it is the path of true freedom. Freedom from the chaos of emotional dependency, freedom to live with dignity, and freedom to be the man you are always meant to be. Number 3. What happens next? When someone from your past reaches out, do not respond immediately. Pause. Hold your ground. Your power is not in haste, but in control. They have come back because your silence unsettled them. It stirred something they thought was gone. But understand this clearly. One message is never enough to reclaim what was lost. If they truly valued you, their effort wouldn't be sporadic or shallow. They wouldn't test you with vague check-ins. They would show relentless consistency, undeniable commitment, and genuine remorse. This is the test, and your response is your statement of strength. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Their reaching out is the obstacle, and your control is the path forward. Respond with power, but not eagerness. A short, neutral message like, "Hey, hope you're doing well," is your sword and shield. It signals that you have moved beyond them, that their attempts no longer hold sway over your mind or your peace. They want to draw you into their narrative, to regain control. But you deny them this. You do not play their game. Your calm, clipped replies communicate more than words. They say you are no longer theirs to command. You are sovereign. The greatest warriors are those who conquer themselves first. Confucius said, "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior." This is not about cruelty. It's about mastery. Mastery of your emotions, mastery of your time, mastery of your power. Do not share your inner thoughts or feelings. Do not give them access to the man you have become. Your silence is your fortress. Your calm is your strength. Protect your peace fiercely. Modern life bombards us with distractions and emotional chaos, but the Stoic mind stands firm, unshaken by impulsive desires or fleeting regrets. The power you hold is the power of deliberate disengagement, the power to make them wait, to make them wonder if you still exist in their world. And they will reach again, because the void you create by your silence is uncomfortable. That discomfort is your leverage. You own the narrative now. Every brief, emotionless reply is a reminder that you have moved on, that you are not a prize to be won back by half-hearted attempts. Remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You react with control, with authority, with an unbreakable will. This is modern Stoicism, pragmatic, relentless, empowering. The old ties will try to pull you back, but your mind is a fortress, and your peace, your most valuable asset, is inviolable. Hold the line. Protect your domain. When they come back again, you decide if you respond. And if you do, it will be on your terms, not theirs. This is your victory, your reclaiming of power. Now I challenge you. Share your strategy in the comments below. How do you maintain control when someone from your past tries to re-enter your life? Like, comment, subscribe, and declare loudly, "I am the master of my peace, the ruler of my destiny." The battlefield of your life is in your hands. Every reply, every silence is your weapon. Use them wisely. Win decisively. Comment this affirmation. I am the master of my peace, the ruler of my destiny. Number 4. Guard your energy. Guard your energy carefully, especially in a world that constantly demands your attention and tests your patience. Imagine a wise, modern Stoic advising you to treat your energy like a precious resource, something you must protect fiercely. It's not just about avoiding distractions, but about recognizing when someone reaches out to you and choosing not to reply immediately until you truly see the intention behind their words. This is not about coldness or neglect. It's about maintaining clarity and control over your emotional state. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When someone contacts you, pause to reflect on your own state first. Are you calm, centered, and ready to respond with thoughtfulness? Or are you reacting out of impulse, frustration, or fatigue? This pause is your guard against unnecessary emotional drain. In real life, men between 35 and 70 often juggle a multitude of responsibilities: family, career, health, and personal growth. It's easy to get pulled into reactive cycles, answering messages out of obligation or anxiety rather than choice. Here, Stoicism offers timeless guidance. Protect your inner peace by recognizing that your energy is finite. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic giant, reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When someone reaches out, instead of responding immediately, ask yourself whether engaging now serves your purpose or simply depletes your reserves. This moment of awareness can transform your interactions, allowing you to engage more meaningfully and avoid being swept away by the emotional tides of others. Think of this as setting healthy boundaries, not walls to shut others out, but gates you control. When you choose when and how to respond, you reclaim your agency. This is a profound step in modern Stoicism, knowing that you are not a slave to your notifications, nor a victim of every demand on your time. Instead, you are the master of your attention and emotions. In daily life, this might mean letting a message wait until you've had time to center yourself, or deciding not to engage with negativity disguised as concern. The wisdom here is simple but powerful. Your energy fuels your well-being, decisions, and relationships, so guarding it isn't selfish, it's essential. Moreover, guarding your energy also means understanding that not every reach-out deserves an immediate or emotional response. Some calls and messages come from others' needs or agendas, which might not align with your best interests at that moment. The Stoic practice of discernment helps you see beyond surface requests to the deeper motivations at play. This clarity lets you respond with reason rather than reaction. As Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Often the pressure to reply instantly is more about imagined expectations than actual necessity. Recognizing this difference frees you from unnecessary stress and allows you to direct your energy toward what truly matters. In this light, guarding your energy becomes a form of self-respect and a path to living with intention. It's about being present and deliberate, not reactive and drained. When you apply this principle, your interactions gain quality, your stress decreases, and your life aligns more closely with your values. This is the heart of modern Stoicism, mastering yourself to live better in a chaotic world. I encourage you to reflect on how you currently handle your energy. Do you let every message pull you in, or do you choose when to engage? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. How do you guard your energy in your daily life? Let's learn together how to be modern Stoics in an age that constantly tests our inner strength. Number 5. Use this as a reflection moment. Use this as a reflection moment. When someone reaches out to you and you feel the impulse to respond immediately, take a deliberate pause instead. In a world driven by instant communication and constant connectivity, this simple act of withholding your reply may seem unusual or even uncomfortable. Yet, it embodies the very essence of modern Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in mastering your emotions and actions rather than being enslaved by them. The ancient Stoics taught that external events are beyond our control, but our responses to those events are firmly within our power. When you resist the temptation to answer at once, you are choosing to step back and reclaim that control. This moment is a chance to reflect deeply on your feelings and thoughts. Are you responding out of stress, obligation, or a desire to please? Or are you answering from a place of calm, clarity, and personal integrity? By embracing this pause, you train yourself to respond intentionally rather than react impulsively, transforming an ordinary interaction into an opportunity for self-mastery. In today's fast-paced modern life, where texts and messages demand immediate attention, this practice helps you maintain your inner equilibrium amidst the chaos. It is like being a steady lighthouse in a stormy sea, unshaken by the waves crashing around you. This steadiness not only benefits your own mental and emotional well-being, but also improves the quality of your relationships. When you do finally choose to respond, your reply carries more weight and authenticity because it is born from a place of thoughtful consideration rather than fleeting emotion. This echoes the core Stoic idea that what disturbs us is not external events themselves, but the judgments we pass on them. By controlling your judgments and allowing yourself the grace of a thoughtful pause, you lessen the grip of anxiety, frustration, or confusion that often accompanies rushed communication. Consider how this applies to the modern man navigating the complexities of work, family, and social pressures. You are bombarded daily with demands on your time and energy, and it's easy to become reactive and overwhelmed. Yet, cultivating the discipline to pause before responding helps you safeguard your focus and clarity, allowing you to set boundaries that protect your peace without alienating others. This is not about withdrawal or avoidance, but about choosing strength over weakness, wisdom over haste, and calm over turmoil. When you adopt this mindset, you transform everyday exchanges into moments of empowerment, demonstrating a modern form of Stoicism that aligns with your values and aspirations. The next time someone reaches out unexpectedly, remember that your reply is not a measure of your worth or responsiveness, but a reflection of your self-control and intention. Use this reflection moment to reconnect with your priorities, to ask yourself what you really want to communicate, and to approach the interaction with a sense of purpose and dignity. Over time, this practice builds resilience and helps you navigate life's uncertainties with a steadier hand, making your connections not just more deliberate, but more genuine. Ultimately, the power of Stoicism in modern life lies in its ability to help you choose your response wisely, turning each moment of pause into a victory of character and calm, a quiet but profound testament to living well amidst the noise. Comment this affirmation to claim your strength. I respond with calm, clarity, and control. Final thoughts. If they truly miss you, they will prove it. No excuses, no half-hearted words, just undeniable, consistent effort. If they regret losing you, they will fight for you with unwavering determination. But if all they offer is one weak, empty message, then let them watch as you rise and move on, unshaken and unstoppable. Let them see that the person they left behind no longer exists. The version of yourself they thought they could control is gone. What you're building now, in silence, in solitude, is a fortress of strength and self-mastery they will never breach. You have waited, replaying that same conversation in your mind, hoping for change, craving a sign. But hear this clearly. You are no longer the person who broke under their absence. They expected you to crumble, to chase, to wait like a shadow for their return. You refused. Now, they feel the heavy weight of your absence, the cold distance of your new boundaries. Your transformation is not just visible, it's seismic, a force they never saw coming and can't undo. When that message finally arrives, don't let it shatter your peace or undo your progress. Stand firm, unwavering. If they truly miss you, they won't settle for a vague text. They will show up with steady, undeniable proof. If they truly regret losing you, they won't just say it. They will fight for you every day. But if their effort is shallow, if their words are hollow, let them witness your forward march without hesitation. Let them know, without saying a word, that control has shifted. You own your emotions. You command your life. This is not a game. This is your reclaiming of power, your self-respect resurrected. Your silence speaks louder than any words ever could. It confounds them, makes them question, makes them regret. They thought they could walk away and return when convenient. But you've evolved. You've grown beyond their reach. Now they understand. They no longer have power over you. So when that text comes, respond with authority, short, neutral, controlled. Refuse to feed their craving for drama or emotional leverage. Let them feel the consequences of their absence and neglect. Let them see your strength. If they truly miss you, their actions will speak volumes. But if all they offer is a faint echo of what you deserved, watch them fade into irrelevance as you rise to your full potential. Say it aloud. I control the conversation, not them. This is your mantra, your unshakable truth, your source of power. Like, comment, and share this message with anyone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel, because what you are forging in silence is a version of yourself they'll never reach, never break, never control. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Stand firm, stand strong, keep moving forward. This is your life. This is your victory. This is your moment to be unstoppable.